Once upon a time, in a peaceful forest filled with sunlight and birdsong, there lived a fast and proud hare and a slow but determined tortoise. This is not just a race between speed and slowness. It is a story about patience, pride, and true perseverance. This is the story of the tortoise and the hare. The hare loved to run. He ran faster than the wind, faster than the birds could fly. Laughing loudly, he shouted, "Look how fast I am! No one in this forest can ever beat me in a race!" The forest animals watched in silence. The tortoise stood nearby, slow, quiet, calm. The hare looked at him and laughed. "You? Compete with me? You are too slow. You will never win." The forest echoed with laughter. The tortoise spoke softly. "I may be slow, but I would like to race you." The forest fell silent. The birds stopped singing. The wind seemed to hold its breath. Then suddenly, the hare burst into laughter. "Race with you?" he laughed loudly. "This will be the easiest win of my life!" But the tortoise remained calm. He did not challenge out of anger. He challenged out of belief. He believed not in speed, but in persistence. In a flash, the hare shot forward like lightning. Dust exploded beneath his feet. In just seconds, he disappeared far down the forest road. Looking back over his shoulder, he laughed. That poor tortoise is probably still at the starting line. The crowd gasped in amazement at his speed. Far behind, the tortoise began his journey, step by step by step. The cheers of the crowd slowly faded behind him. The forest grew quiet. All he could hear was his own slow breathing and the steady sound of his footsteps. Sometimes he felt small. Sometimes he felt tired, but he never stopped. He did not rush. He did not complain. He simply kept moving forward. After running a long distance, the hare reached a beautiful flower meadow. Bright yellow flowers swayed in the breeze. Pink and purple blossoms covered the hillsides. Butterflies danced gently in the sunlight. The hare slowed down. He smiled and said to himself, "The tortoise is so slow. I have more than enough time." He stepped off the race path. He chased the butterflies. He sniffed the fragrant flowers. He laughed and played beneath the warm sky. Time passed quietly. The sun drifted higher and higher above the forest. And without realizing it, the hare forgot the race completely. After a while, the warm breeze and golden sunlight made him sleepy. He found a soft patch of grass under a tall tree.
"I'll rest just for a moment,"
he yawned. He lay down, closed his eyes, and soon the proud hare fell into a deep, peaceful sleep. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept moving, slow, steady, unstoppable. Step by step, he approached the sleeping hare. He saw the hare lying beneath the tree. He saw the chest rising and falling gently. The tortoise paused for a moment. Then, without a word, he continued forward. The forest watched in silence. Far ahead, the finish line finally came into view. The animals gathered once more. Some clapped their hands, some jumped in excitement, some shouted with joy. "He's almost there! Keep going!" The tortoise raised his head. His legs trembled with exhaustion, but his eyes shone with determination. The goal was close. Suddenly, the hare woke up. He looked around in confusion. Then panic struck his heart. Where is everyone? He looked down the path, and there, far ahead, the tortoise was almost at the finish line. The hare's eyes widened in terror. No, this can't be happening. He ran, faster than he had ever run before. His feet pounded the ground. Dust flew into the air. But no matter how fast he ran, it was already too late. With one final step, the tortoise crossed the finish line. The forest exploded with cheers. Animals jumped with joy. Birds filled the sky. The ground trembled with applause. The tortoise smiled gently. Moments later, the hare arrived, breathing heavily, eyes filled with disbelief.
The hare lowered his head in shame. "I was faster," he whispered, "but I lost." The tortoise looked at him kindly and said, "You were fast, but you stopped. I was slow, but I never did."
The race did not teach us that being fast is wrong. It taught us that being careless is dangerous. The hare showed us how pride blinds us. The tortoise showed us how patience saves us. One rushed ahead and wasted his gift. The other moved slowly and protected his dream. And that is why, in the end, the slow one arrived first.